Okay, so here is some thoughts about maintaining my YouTube channel because I really cannot fully fund this and survive the way things are right now. For instance, right now my stepdad pays for my auto expenses, including insurance and repairs, and if he wasn't, I wouldn't even be able to afford this RV and my Jeep. And you can only do that for so long before they won't renew my registration because I don't have insurance, and you're sleeping on the street, okay? And so I think that would be pretty tough to maintain my movie making under those conditions. I think it would be pretty tough, and so I just thought I would write down some ideas because somebody emailed that they felt that my asking for money was annoying, and I can totally understand that, and I just felt like there's limited alternatives about what to do about this, and the fact that I have just barely survived from what YouTube gives me and from donations and what my dad helps me with my car doesn't mean that it's really a working system. And also basically what I do, like if I'm out of money, I just I have an email list of about 60 people that I email and ask them, hey, can you spare a $5? But I first of all, I don't like that. I mean, I would rather, like if I could get a part-time job and then that would cover all my expenses and I wouldn't have to ask people for money. The fact of the matter is, though, even people that have a much easier time getting a job than I do they always have to fund their channel with asking for money. I mean, for instance, Luke from We Are Change, he's got 500,000 subscribers about, and he has a Patreon account set up, and he was just talking about how YouTube was screwing him out of his income. But the fact of the matter is, he pays for his New York rent with that, okay? Now, I don't even believe these numbers as far as like the 45,000 subscribers. I doubt if it's that many, or maybe it is, but I mean, the views sure don't match it. And also the people that watch my channel aren't the kind of people that are, generally either, want to or can give a lot of money. And I've even, the money that I have gotten from people has just been like a few nice people that have given me a lot, and it's I really am moved. Like I'll be like totally out of cash, and what am I going to do? And then somebody will give me a donation, and it not only gives me the money that I need to be able to keep eating, but it gives me a sense that somebody's finding my work useful. And I think that probably sometime after I'm gone is when more and more people will begin to realize that being able to see these demons via demonic distortion analysis, video analysis, is really important, because we can start to work on the problem in a scientific way. Even though I just, for instance, emailed Chris Losala and asked him if he felt that any efforts outside of the power of the Holy Spirit in the name of Jesus Christ to deal with demons is something that we shouldn't do. But I also asked him the question, do you feel that demons attack humans above and beyond what their sin might be causing? Sorry about the background noise, guys. It's always going to happen in videos now, I realize, no matter what. This is the only place I've got to shoot, so you're going to listen to cars honking, mowers and blowers, beep, 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 beep. Okay. So anyway, I can't maintain what I'm doing. I'm just looking at my notes here. And I don't like asking for money like a beggar. And I don't like people that continually ask for money, like, for instance, Luke of wearechange.org on YouTube. At the end of every movie, he says, okay, yeah, so can you give me money to my Patreon account and, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I really don't like doing that. I mean, when I post movies on YouTube, you'll notice I don't ask people to subscribe, never have, and I don't ask people to give me money. In the video, I may, like at the end, put a small text saying, please support Richard Bruce Truth Ministries or something, but not too often. Mostly what I do is I either include it in the message, and I've been emailing the people that have supported me in the past, because I figured those are the people that feel like they want to support it, and I'm not demanding it. I'm offering free content, and somebody was just telling me this morning that they feel like I'm a YouTuber, and so this is kind of what I do. And but again, what I wanted to kind of discuss here also with this video is I don't like the way churches operate. I never have. I don't like when you go into the church, they passing around the collection plate, and you kind of feel awkward, like if you like me, you're totally freaking broke and you really can't afford even a couple of bucks to put in there, and plus you may not like the doctrine this guy is spitting out right now or next week or something else, and every time I've gone into a church I hear very wrong doctrine, and I don't trust them. There's a lot of good stuff, yeah, but every single one, it's like, wait a minute, I'm going to support this guy, give him money, and he's telling people once saved, always saved, or, he's not telling them the real truth about what's going on, he doesn't have the courage to talk about really controversial stuff, or, whatever, and I just kind of feel like, I just don't like the whole beggarly concept, and yet here I am, I'm asking people for money, which is kind of the same thing, but at least I'm not doing it like every time. I'm, emailing it as I need it, if I've got enough money, I don't continually email people asking them for money. I've got enough. It's only when I need that I have emailed. But I can see where that can be annoying. That can be, it's like, don't bother me asking me for money. I wish I could just do all this for free, and then I wouldn't have to ask people, for any money, or if I had another source of income, then I could just do this. Fact of the matter is, as y'all know, you got to do something. And like I said, for me, if I got a full-time job, I wouldn't have the time to make videos or energy, because my energy is very limited for whatever reason. I've been that way my whole life. If I work for 6 hours, I'm tired, man. I'm just like plopping down. I ain't gonna be, doing a whole lot. Some people have a lot more energy. My mom had a lot more energy. She was a doctor. She went to medical school for 8 years to be a doctor, and then 4 more to be a psychiatrist, and you really have to stay up late every night studying, plus do everything else, raising kids, raising us, and I can't imagine doing that. I never had that kind of, unfortunately, take after my dad's side. Don't have as much energy. But in any case, so I don't really like the way, and another thing about getting, like, if I were to do like a more serious church, first of all, like I said, there's something corrupt about these guys. I don't mean to speak ill of them, but I kind of feel like it's kind of, I don't know, like there's an opportunity to be sold out or something, or the people, you become a lot more beholden to the people that are supporting your church. Like there's this church over here that my friend brought me to, and I'm just like, man, these guys are strapped in. They have to, this guy can't, suddenly come up with a big Raptoid belch, right on the, from the podium, or, go, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a burger or something, If he talks like that, then, oh, well, he's not holy enough, and, God's coming for a holy people, and, you can't say anything like that, or, and you have to be like this, and it's kind of like these holy hypocrites, because they're really not like that. I like the ability to be free for who I am, who and what I am, and I have been straightforward that I am not, and I don't believe in that. I just don't think that's that's what human beings really are. I'm not saying that I advocate sin or being profane, but the fact of the matter is that I just think that people are a little bit more grungy than these pastors that have a church to maintain, and this like reputation as as this holy dude, And I like the idea of being able to, upload a movie about something else if I want to as well. I mean, my channel didn't start out as a ministry, and it was just something that popped up when I opened up a Gmail account after they hacked my Yahoo account. That's the only reason I opened up a Gmail account. And then it came with a YouTube channel, which it was in my name, Richard Bruce, so that's how I started it. But I didn't, started out to be a ministry. But then when I found I had an audience with this, when I started uploading reptilian shapeshifters, I'm getting buzzed day and night by helicopters, followed around by police cars so much I had to get a dash cam to record it. Then I got a little bit of an audience. Okay, great. Now I can start to talk about the gospel, in so much as I have something interesting to say. I don't believe, one of the other problem with that is, like when you have a regular church that people are coming to and they're passing around their collection plate and it's all right, you got to come up with some stuff every week. I don't have stuff every week, and my philosophy with my channel is, and I think one of the reasons why this highly suppressed and niche interest, by the way, it's only people who've had a dark experience that are looking for stuff like this. I wasn't looking for anything like this. I wasn't looking for anything like the 9/11 conspiracy before. I started, something happened in my life that made me go, whoa, there's something really dark here. I knew about demons and all that from the Bible, but I didn't know about them. I didn't have a picture in my mind. So this is what I'm doing with this channel. This demonic distortion. It's a small spectrum of people, and tend to be also diminished, gang-stalked people who have encountered the darkness, and the darkness knows that they've encountered it, and so they minimize them financially. I mean, a lot of the people that I've talked to, I mean, they're in very similar situation that I'm in. They're estranged from their family. They've lost work. They're poor. They're homeless. I mean, I get the struggle. Not only that, and then unfortunately, I get a lot of people that are just they've lost their marbles, frankly, and idiots, and a lot of just all kinds of people, flat Earth people, and just nutwads people, scorners saying, oh, there's no aliens, the Earth is flat, that kind of thing. So you do get a lot of that. So I don't get like Luke's from We Are. I'm just using him as an example. I don't mean to pick on him. He's actually a pretty decent kind of. Somebody was just telling me he looks like Putin's son. Craig, good for him. I kind of like Putin, but I don't know the whole story about him, but I like him better than any of our leaders. I'll tell you that right now. But with Luke, he gets minimized to a certain extent, and he's talked about that, but. I mean, people support. I mean, the people that attend his channel. I mean, they're a lot more mainstream. They're not, because I think one of the things that the Holy Spirit, having revealed the Scripture to people, does to the mind is it kind of throws you into this world that's different from a lot of people, and it tends to unfortunately pull people away from a lot of the sense in the world of science and facts and being logical and reasonable, and that has a so what you get there is a lack of credibility from that side, which then makes for people that don't survive as well in the world, and their sense is diminished because as I've talked about in my channel, they are simpletons, they're scorners. They minus the knowledge of God, minus common sense, minus the Spirit poured out unto them, so that the words of God are made known unto them. They become scorners, and so they go around scorning everything, including the fact that we live on a globe, in a solar system, in a vast universe full of more alien, technologically advanced beings than we currently have a number to account for. Oh no, God can't make that. It's too complicated. So there's that problem, and then there's the problem of a lot of cuckoo nuts even besides that, and people that tend to be they're also nuts. They're just straight up nuts, and then they find something like this on YouTube. Oh yeah, it's gotta be it, man. It's the reptoids, man. I'm telling you, it's the reptoids. So there's that problem with this whole genre, and as this one other guy that was kind of like known for making this site called reptoids.com or something, he even said, there ain't no money in it, because what? You're revealing Satan Satan's kingdom within, and these reptilians and other beasts and whatever, and the demons and devils that live in us, they don't want that exposed. So and since money belongs to Satan, he's going to minimize you in every single way. I'm surprised they haven't shut down my YouTube channel, which, by the way, I was going to mention that this whole thing with the Angelica Zambrano thing, and her mother, I forget what her name is, but anyway, she filed a strike against my Maxima was her name, filed a strike against my channel, and this was without warning, and I got a strike against my channel without even, and in order to even log back into my channel, I had to admit guilt by taking a 5-question test on the problem of ripping off other people's stuff. So I had, and then I couldn't even dispute it and or email whoever filed this against me without that. So that's like partially admitting guilt. And then, but more importantly, an automatic strike against my channel without even the ability to dispute it, and this happening for using somebody else's material, which in a situation like we're in, we have to use material from other sources where it may not be easy to get their permission. My policy is that if somebody complains, sure, I'll take it down because it is their material. Most of the people that I borrow from use their material are people that want that information dispersed. They're not going to file a copyright strike against you for more widely dispersing that material because they know that this information is being suppressed. We're in a war here. We're in a war for getting the information out. So in any case, the upshot of that is that you know, for instance, somebody could have hacked that account, and then it's not even Maxima that's doing that. Somebody could have taken over that account. They filed that copyright strike against my channel, and then they could do that with a few more things where I've used footage from other stuff, and bam, 2 more strikes. That's it, and my channel's shut down. They can delete your channel. That's it. They got rid of me on that. And I think they've done that to a lot of channels. So I emailed, just letting you know, I emailed their help. They have a help thing that you can email feedback to. So it's the feedback section, which is below every YouTube page. And I emailed them about this problem. But I'm just letting you know, guys, that they could shut me down pretty easily. Now, I mean, because like I said, that was the first time I've had a copyright strike against my channel where they automatically deleted the movie. And then, but they have every time made me take a anti ripping people off test in order to even log into my channel to even deal with the problem. So I started thinking about what to do about this, and basically I need like at least a minimum, if that, of $600 a month. Just to survive as I'm surviving now. Right now, I'm making about $280. But the only reason I'm able to survive is because, like I said, my dad is helping me with the car insurance and car repairs if I need them. I mean, I don't got no $3,500 if the transmission goes out. That's it. It's gone. The car is gone if that happens to me. Without his help. And I should point out that right now I had like a kind of I have a problem with him right now, and an argument, and I don't want to get into all that, but basically it's like I'm kind of weary to ask him for anything right now, and I don't know if he's going to give me any money right now. I don't know if he's going to cut off the insurance, but so I'm basically hanging by a thread here is what I'm trying to say, and so that's a problem, and so if I could find a way to make more money, and just to get to one idea, I want to talk about one more thing. I don't like making products, like for instance Alex Jones, and I know the whole problem with him, but I'm just saying the example of making products and selling them. I mean, it's a whole business, and furthermore, for what I'm doing, it kind of seems cheesy, and the same thing about writing books. There's something about writing books. I mean, yeah, well, I'm fine, and the Great American Novel, and there's nothing wrong with making money. I heard somebody say that, but there is something, and I don't like. There's something about that that's like, I don't know. There's something wrong with it that I find, and I don't. I kind of get the feeling like I wouldn't, like, am I going to make a book using scripture and then sell that to people? First of all, I don't think it's very successful because Satan doesn't give money to any. There's no. I mean, tell me about a New York Times bestseller that was actually a Christian book quoting scripture. Okay, I don't know if you've heard about it. I haven't. But one idea that might be something that's kind of, interim, or at least kind of moves things along, is asking listeners who do like my channel, do like my ministry, and would want me to continue, to inquire around to see if there's someone who would like to sponsor my channel. So that's one idea. Maybe you know somebody who, you might say to them, hey, I see this channel, this guy, and he's looking for some people to support that channel to keep it going and to keep, the exposure work and videos and so forth. If you like me, and then you say, you want to take a look at this guy and see if you like him, and then, if you do, maybe you look and help and support him, because looking for some kind of sponsorship, because I think it's kind of few and far between people. It's like really open-minded people that are really, gonna withstand something like this. And somebody who, I insist on being me. If I want to belch Reptoids, fine. That's my choice, and I feel like if I act like something I'm not, okay. I try to minimize the cursing and swearing, but I am profane in my private life. I'm not going to lie to you. I've told you that before. Not like this people that they have commented on. This one guy, White, was a famous preacher, and people commented that he was in his private life as holy as he was in his public life, and I've been honest about it and said I'm not. I'm Richard Bruce. I am what I am, and I feel like I'm being disingenuous if I'm not upfront about that and just say, hey, I'm me, and I'm just gonna, and if I feel like making a movie about a product, hey, some people are cursing and swearing at me and calling me an a-hole because I uploaded a movie that was about a product that I thought was good when I had demonic distortion and Christian discussion movies before that. So, and I don't mean to upset you, but I'm going to upload what I think is relevant because that's my YouTube channel and that's my video making platform, and I might as well not start a different YouTube channel just for a different topic when I got all the viewership at this channel. The whole point of it, despite the fact that I'm being minimized in my opinion. I have no doubt. You look at the video view count just doesn't match the subscribers. Are all the subscribers just like subscribing and then they never watch my channel, or they never get notified, or what? I'm getting like 300 views on some of these movies. Like what? There's not a single movie that, for instance, Marino Delfino puts out. And again, I don't mean to put him down, but his movies look like he's taking too much acid. But his movies get like 26,000 views. The only time I get that is a really popular gang stalking movie that's been up for 3 years or something. I don't get no demonic distortion movie with no 26,000 views. You look at it, it gets like 1,500 views. I made a movie about it. You saw. They just don't get that many views. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Can't prove it, but I think that personally, I think that the demonic distortion movies, the reptilian movies that I make, to me, surpass anything that I've seen out there, including Frequency Fence, who did the best work other than myself, as I've said. And as you know, they hospitalized him, and he was gone for 3 years. And when he came back, whoo boy, whew, those movies went to hell. And then he's claiming to be Jesus Christ, the second coming. And before he said he was a woman. And oh boy, so he totally lost it. But in any case, I think, and like there's some other movies like channels like Species and P&D 51010 was also making movies, but other demonic or reptilian shapeshifter movies, that's how they're more commonly known, makers. they're making movies that suck or that aren't that good. I mean, they're really not. I mean, they're showing like things that could be video glitches, refresh rate errors, like transmission errors where you see part of it break up and there's maybe like a different color because it's got like different things on it. So, there's that. And oh, good, the sprinklers went on. I think that my movies should get more views than those movies that are idiotic, showing like some guy way off. Things that you could attribute to video error of some kind. And I think that they should get more views, but they get like a tiny, tiny fraction. Okay, so that's why I think they're blocking my channel. And just some other people have commented that their channels seem suppressed due to Google, YouTube's algorithm to minimize the amount of people that actually see their movies in their playlist. Even though you may have a lot of subscribers, people with like a lot more subscribers than I do are saying that. And obviously Luke from wearechange.org is saying that YouTube totally screwed him. I don't know what the full story is, but I'm assuming it's similar to he describes some of it like all of a sudden the movies that he had ads on were minimized or the ads got taken off or something like that because they felt what his content was the truth about what's really going on. Yeah, right. So in any case, that's my thought about that, and basically what I'm asking is, if you have any ideas, if that idea of asking maybe somebody like if you attend church or some other Christians, or somebody who might actually have some money that wants to to take a look at my channel, if you tell them, present it to them in some way, you say, hey, I think there's somebody who's got something that's real here, but he needs support to keep it going. Because I was just telling somebody I eat fruit and nuts for breakfast, and I eat rice and peanut butter for lunch, and then maybe some tuna and pasta for dinner, when believe it or not, even though I'm skinny, and I'm skinny, I'm like 6'2", 128 pounds. At the height of my glory, I was 145 pounds. Wow, muscle man, Schwarzenegger. But when I do have money, I'm eating, I eat hearty. You should, I'm not vegetarian. I'm not saying that, I'm not putting down vegetarian. I thought maybe I should try that, but frankly, I like a good ribeye steak, man, or ribs or something else, and potatoes and rice and beans and pasta and all that stuff. And I like meat, I like fish, I like sushi, I like all kinds of stuff. Lamb chops if I can afford them, rarely. I can't afford beef that much. When I get some money, like if somebody gives me a donation for $100, ooh, I run over to the burger joint for lunch and have a nice good double bacon burger with fries. That to me is like glory. I put a bunch of jalapenos on that baby too. I like this burger joint, The Habit. You can get this nice big old freshly cooked burger for like $6-7. It ain't too much. The one that's right over here, can't get out of there for less than $12. But their fries are awesome. It's a hook burger, but they cost a lot. Okay, so anyway, just filling you in on the local burger joints situation over here in West Los Angeles, West San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles burger joint scene. Okay, and don't like products. Preachers seem like they seem like they're beholden to people giving them money, and they have to act like somebody they're not. And furthermore, I kind of like being able to upload what I want and talk about what I want when I want, and I feel like you're being disingenuous if you don't have that freedom, and you're kind of like stuck. You're painted in a box, like, oh boy, these people paying their tithe. Well, they got to have the holy preacher, man. I'm not that. I'm Richard Bruce, and I upload it as I see fit. And I think that's better. And, I don't care. People, I had this guy tell me that they wanted to do this thing where they can track your channel or whatever, and they do the whole advertising thing. And I ended up not doing it because the guy couldn't answer my question about what all they do with their process, and I was afraid of losing control because I figure Satan's looking for any way to get a hold of and destroy my channel, and that's one of them. I may have made more revenue from this ad. It's like one of those ad services. I get like an email a week from somebody saying, hey, I noticed your channel's really growing. We have a company called blah blah blah. We want to do it. And when I investigated all the way, he just couldn't explain to me exactly what it is they do and how much control I would have, and I don't like that. I like being able to do what I want to do without having to be beholden to anybody. And if I don't like somebody, to on a moment's notice to, sorry bud, later. You know, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I don't want to be stuck into a contract where I have to fulfill it, and they may be promoting something that I don't like. So the fact of the matter is, though, that there may not be a way to be free, to be who I am, and to do what I want, and have money. You know, it's like these people who start a serious church, they have to put on the serious church persona. Otherwise, they aren't going to have people coming and giving them money and showing up for a holy sermon, which is great. I mean, I don't want to put them down if they want to lead a holy life and they don't want to upload a reptilian shapeshifter movie and belch reptoids in the middle of it. Okay, I've had some people tell me that's ridiculous. Okay, I understand. And to me, like I said, if this is what I mean, I just like this, having a little bit of a sense of humor about it. I don't know. I mean, maybe what the message is here is that I do have to shape up and be holy and change my whole outlook or whatever, and you know, don't draw anime anymore or watch it. Just so you know, guys, in the evenings, since God gave me a message about watching TV, I get depressed if I sit here in my RV alone at night. And since I've been a long-time anime fan, what I do at night is I watch anime on my laptop with you know, a snack before dinner, like with some chips, and then I watch some anime, and then I clean up the dishes and go to bed. So just so you know, I watch anime, and I know that a lot of it is, if not all of it, is satanically inspired. It's made in or with permission of Satan's spirit. You can see it all the time. The hand sign. You see characters go like this a lot. You see the five-pointed star, the obvious sign of Satan, even though a lot of people just use that star, but they may have no idea of what they're doing. And maybe the message is that you know, I've got to not do any of that and make myself holy, and that's what the message is. Otherwise, you know, then serious Christians aren't going to support a channel where somebody who's doing that. But I always, since the very first moment that I became a Christian, 27 years ago, in about 1990, 91, I knew that there was something that was bullshit about the churches. I knew that there was something bullshit about prayer. I knew that there was bullshit about people that act like they're holy, and whatever their ministry or whatever it is they're doing. And I knew that they were going to fail in their so-called being hot for God, and I knew that I would be cold to God. And I've been cold to God from the beginning, and I couldn't even say that I'm hot. So I don't know if that means that I'm lukewarm. I know a lot of Christians are going to pile on me for saying, they go, "Oh yeah, I know you're lukewarm now," but that's the facts. And I mean, I'm going to be straightforward. I'm even going to talk about, now, unless I have always said I will talk about anything. I will be the tell the truth about everything, including if I began to suspect that the Bible wasn't true or something else. You know, I try to be as honest as I can, or have candor about, you know, and without being negative, unless, as I have experienced, God didn't want me to talk about something. Okay, and I'm not going to say what video it was, but there was one where I talked about something, and then somebody even kept trying to get me to repost it after God gave me a very serious scare. These two hornets came up next to me in the coffee shop, and it was really weird the way it happened. I know a lot of people are going to say just coincidence, blah, 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 but I took it as a message that God didn't want me to publish that, and I took that video down. That's the only time I've done that I can remember, but, well, where I've gotten... No, there was another time when I uploaded some stuff about the Germany and Adolf Hitler stuff. That movie, Adolf Hitler, the greatest story never told, and that other movie, World Defeated the Wrong Enemy. I got a serious illness right about the time that I had done that, and it came into my mind that God didn't want me to talk about that or publish about it. And so I took I took that one movie down, and then I had taken some other David Irving movies down, but then I re-uploaded them. I don't care who thinks I'm a Jew hater or anti-Semite or whatever like that. If I find that there's a something that's the truth, I'm going to upload it. Like I said, unless I get a message from God. God is the supreme commander here. If God says He doesn't want me to do something, I ain't He ain't gonna fight it. There ain't no fighting God. And there's no word, there's no counsel, and there's no thought against the Lord. Okay, read the scripture. Okay, there's no word, there's no counsel, there's no thought against the Lord. And if He tells you, if you get a message about something, and you got to do your best to discern by faith whether it was a message or not. But you start to figure this out. Like I said, you start to get when those reproofs are coming, and God can put anything into our minds, and I believe that He can put things into our mind, even though we may not know for sure that's what happened. We can be sure enough to act on it. So that's something you got to consider. But so if any of you guys have an idea, about how to fund my channel a little bit more, I'm listening. If you have a message, you can email me or you can put it in the messages, and I'll try to see if I can get an idea from it. Or if you have like I said, if you have a sponsor or somebody that might want to sponsor my channel, great, let's get it on.